All right, hey guys, listen, leaders, it is interview season. So it's time to start interviewing and hiring folks to get us geared up for school next year. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's working with schools, and he said, Justin, one of the things that I've noticed in interviews is that we tend to rush these things. We ask these questions, we get these canned responses, and then we're ready to make a decision and move on. And I know why, because we got to hire good people. We want to try to grab them before they go to the next campus or the next district. So all that being said, I asked Dana West, who's one of our fellow Waymakers here, and I said, Dana, what are some soulful interview practices that you've incorporated in the course of your career as a leader? And she shared this idea with me, and I wanted to pass it on to you guys, because how do we get to know people better, really who they are better in an interview process? So here's what Dana said that she did in interviews. She said, Justin, one of the things we started to realize is that we were giving people who interviewed well lots of positive feedback, head nods and uh-huhs and tell me mores and all those kind of things. And she said it almost was unfair to the people who started out off in their interview and didn't connect with something. They didn't get that same kind of feedback. So she said, here's what I started doing. She said, we'd come in, we'd have a few questions, and then at some point I'd tell them, I'm going to set this egg timer to 15 minutes. And for the next 15 minutes, we're going to give you a chance to talk, and we're not going to give you any feedback. We're not going to give you head shakes and head nods and uh-huhs and tell me mores. And just to let you know, we want to hear you talk for a while. And then what Dana would do is she would give them a list of some different initiatives or issues that were present on their campus. So it might be about collaboration, instructional technology, engagement in the classroom, discipline, students living in poverty, English language learners, special education, all this list of initiatives or issues they were dealing with. And she would say, you could pick one, you can bounce around, but for the next 15 minutes, we just want you to talk. Tell us about these things that are on the list. And they would say, ready, set, go. And here's what Dana said. When I ask a question, there's this canned response. It's quick. They answer in a few sentences, and then we're off to the next. When you give someone 15 minutes to talk through these issues, you start to not only understand what they know, but you start to get to what they believe about these different topics. And Dana said it was really revealing that if we do that, they're going to get to the point where they've gone beyond the buzzwords. Those bullets that they put together to prepare for the interview, they've said those and they're going beyond those now. This is when they get into, and here's what I really think, or I kind of don't like when, or those sort of things. She said it's also interesting, Justin, to see where they choose to spend all of their time. Did they just pick one and go really deep with this? Did they bounce around, or did they avoid one altogether? And that's telling as well. So principals, as you're going into hiring season, consider this. How do we get to a more soulful conversation in our interviews? How do we really start to understand who people are, what they believe, where their values are? And doing some practice like this could be interesting. I'll write down some of the list in the comments below. We'd love for you to add what are some other topics that you could give them to talk about during that time? Or do you have a question that you like to ask that gets to a more soulful response from some of the people you're interviewing? So leaders, I want to wish you good luck in this hiring season. Go find some awesome people because we need them. And if there's anything we can do for you guys here at Waymaker Leadership Development, let us know. Thanks, guys. Bye.